now that we're done with our presentation, or exploded view, depending on what term you'd like to use, we are going to make our work drawing. So we need to do new. Remember, each style of work drawing works perfectly fine for this. So choose which one you want to use. Alright, right now it is size D. We need to change this to size C. So we're going to right click on sheet 1, edit sheet, change the size to C, click OK. We're going to leave ANSI large as large because ANSI large is used for everything except for size A. So we're going to go to base. I did not save that from before. Okay, so it's bringing in our train assembly. So right now it has our scale as 1/2. That works totally fine. If you do 1:1, it might fit on the page, it might not. If we do 3/4, that might fit on the page a little bit better. It all actually just depends on how far apart you moved everything. And I forgot to shade this because, I don't know, I just always forget to shade it. So we are going to click on the shaded icon and then OK. So you can either use 1/2 or 3/4 for this. Both work totally fine. It all depends on how much you spread apart your pieces. So it's kind of preference for that one. We're going to go to base again. And we're going to go to our assembled train. This is not the view that I want for it. I want to tip it so it kind of looks like it's at the same angle. I want it to be the exact same scale. So I'm going to change it to the scale of the train. And I'm going to put 2 different views in so I can kind of see underneath it and see like that little bit of the back also. And again, I forgot to shade. You'd think I'd remember to do that, but no. So you got to double click on the one that you placed in first to go back and fix it. Alright, so the next thing we're going to do is go to Annotate, go to Parts List, click on your exploded view or presentation view, click OK. So it's asking if you want to create your, okay, this is bill of materials. I know it looks weird, but bill of materials, yes. I'm going to place it in here. I like to clip it in. It just looks nicer. I don't know. It just looks nicer to me. So I can now see how much room I actually have to play around with now that everything's in place. Spread everything out just to make it look nice. Remember, the prettier it looks, the easier it is to read. So balloons. In this one, we have no dimensions. Instead, we have balloons. If you put dimensions, you're going to lose credit on it. So no dimensions. So for the balloon, what we're going to do is click on the edge just to kind of connect it. Click again to make our elbow. Click again to place it. I know it's still loose. We're going to right click, continue, and it pops it to where that last click was. So you see that this is the number 8. If I go over here, I know I'm bad at zooming. Item 8, stack. Yes, that is what we got. So we have our wheels. I like to do it from one where it's facing forward because it has the more detail to it. So again, click, 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 right click, continue. I like to make sure that this is nice and straight for the line. Make sure it has a decent elbow. Alright. I know we have 4 of these. You do not need to put in 4 balloons. You only want 1 balloon. So again, placing these in. I know I'm being picky. And I am being terrible at zooming. Alright. So let's see, what other pieces do we have? We need one on here. So this is one of those things where you're just going to have to keep looking around, see what you have done, what you don't have done. Oh, I missed both of these. There's only one of each of these, so you know right away that they're both going to get balloons. And is there any great way to put these in? Depending on how you do everything, yes or no. So, it's kind of a preference thing, I guess. Alright, so let's see. Missing part 1. Oh, the body! I totally forgot the body. Okay. Alright, so what I like to do at the end is check to make sure I have all of them. So let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So that means I got all my parts. So the last thing that you're going to need to do for this is fill in your title block. So remember, the top portion is your name and class, and title is, well, the title. And if you can't think of a title for this, you just call it assembly, presentation view, something like that. Alright, so that is the last file for the train project. After this, there is a extra credit you can do with the train track. You're on your own for that one. And then there's also the portfolio.